Have you ever felt just completely stuck? Facing a choice so huge it feels absolutely impossible to make? Well, it turns out some of the most profound answers to our modern problems are actually timeless. Today, we're going to dive into one of the world's most incredible texts for guidance on life's biggest battles. We're exploring how an ancient warrior's crisis can give us some serious clarity right here, right now.
I mean, really think about it. Have you ever been totally frozen by confusion right for a life-changing decision? Maybe it was a career move, a tough conversation you had to have, or some kind of moral crossroads. That feeling of being utterly paralyzed, that is exactly where our story kicks off.
So, here we are, on the ancient battlefield of Kurukshetra. But the real war here isn't about arrows and chariots. Not really. It's the war raging inside our hero, the great warrior Arjuna. He's about to fight against his own family, his cousins, his teachers, and the sheer weight of that decision has brought him to his knees.
We're starting with Arjuna's despair. Because, to find a real solution, you've got to understand the depth of the problem first. And for Arjuna, this isn't just a moment of sadness. Oh no, it's a complete and total collapse of his will to do anything at all.
The commentary uses this powerful word shoka, which means a profound, all-consuming grief. Arjuna is so overwhelmed by what might happen, by the consequences of his actions, that he just shuts down. It's basically the ancient equivalent of what we'd call burnout or decision paralysis today. He's lost his way.
So how does his guide, his charioteer, Krishna, respond to this? Well, it's not with a simple pep talk. It's not a "you can do it" speech. Instead, he offers a radical shift in perspective. He starts with a fundamental knowledge of the immortal soul. And this is where everything changes.
This right here is the absolute game changer. Krishna basically tells Arjuna, look, the person you think you are, this body, this identity, all these relationships, it's all temporary. Your true self, the Atman, is eternal. It can't be harmed. I mean, wow. Suddenly the stakes of the battle and maybe the stresses of our own lives start to look a whole lot different.
And what's so cool here is how simple and powerful this distinction is. On one side, you've got the deha, the body. It's nashwant, perishable. It's born, it changes, it dies. Pretty straightforward. But on the other side, you have the Atma, the soul, and that is avinashi, imperishable. It's forever, it's unchanging.
So, getting a handle on this Atman is really the whole point. It's presented as the very core of who we are, that silent, unchanging witness behind all of our temporary drama and experiences. The philosophy is so clear, it's not something you have, it's what you are.
And this metaphor just illustrates it perfectly. I love this. The body is compared to clothes. I mean, you wouldn't have a total meltdown over a worn-out shirt, would you? Of course not. You'd just change into a new one. The Gita suggests the soul's journey through different lifetimes is just like that, a simple change of garments.
Okay, so great. We're an eternal soul. Fantastic. But now what? How are we supposed to actually live in this temporary world? Well, that brings us to the next key principle. This really practical path for action called Karma Yoga.
Karma Yoga is pretty much the how-to guide for living with this new knowledge. It's not about doing nothing, it's about doing the right action. There are two parts. First, do your duty, whatever it is, and do it to the best of your ability. Second, and this is the really hard part, let go of your attachment to the results. Focus on the work itself, not on the praise, the money, or the promotion.
This breaks it down perfectly into 3 steps we can actually follow. Step 1, figure out what your duty is. For Arjuna, it was fighting. For us, it might be nailing a presentation or just being a good person. Step 2, act without getting all wrapped up in the outcome. Just do the thing and then let it go. And 3, stay balanced. Don't let a win puff up your ego, and don't let a loss completely crush your spirit. So what does a person who has actually mastered this look like? What's the goal we're aiming for here? Well, the Gita gives us a name for this ideal person, the sthita prajna, which means the person of steady wisdom.
Just look at these characteristics. This isn't someone who's unfeeling or robotic. It's someone whose inner peace is just unshakable. Their happiness doesn't depend on what's happening outside. They are free from that crazy emotional roller coaster of attachment, fear, and anger because they are totally anchored in the knowledge of who they truly are. Now, this all sounds pretty profound, but how does it actually apply to us? Right here, right now, in our own lives. This last section brings that ancient battlefield straight into our modern world.
This table just makes the connection so clear, doesn't it? Arjuna's dilemma on the battlefield,
That's our career choice, our ethical crisis, our personal anxiety. The enemy he was fighting wasn't just some army. It was his own grief and confusion, the same enemies we fight every day. And the weapons he was given, knowledge of the self and karma yoga, are the exact same ones available to us. The goal is timeless, to act with clarity, purpose, and most importantly, inner peace.
And really, this is the ultimate takeaway from the commentary. The struggles we face, at work, in our relationships, in society, they're all just reflections of the battle going on inside our own minds. The Gita doesn't offer an escape route. It offers a strategy to win that inner war.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is the great battlefield of your life right now? What's that one conflict that's demanding all your courage and your clarity? And now, armed with a little bit of this ancient wisdom, how will you choose to fight it?